Welcome to the Netball World Youth Cup in Gaborone 2017. This is the first day of the Netball World Youth Cup and we're about to kick off with Game 2. Game 2 is between Australia and Zimbabwe. This is the International Netball Federation's flagship youth event, and it's the first time that the Netball World Youth Cup, a major netball event, has come into the African continent. So this tournament, there will be 45 matches live from the University of Botswana across the official tournament Facebook page and the YouTube channel. So fans of all individual countries can view their team's matches through their own social media channels on Facebook and Twitter. The live streaming is brought to you through an innovative partnership between the International Netball Federation and Botswana online community portal Sena, and produced by Botswana TV and QTV Sports. Here we go, teams lining up now for the national anthem.
Please remain standing for the national anthem of Zimbabwe.
So all set for this second game of the Netball World Youth Cup in Gaborone in Botswana. So both captains, I'm sure, in the huddle now, just final preparation. Hannah Petty, the captain for Australia, and Mukwadi, the captain, the goal attack from Zimbabwe. What a matchup for Zimbabwe. They'll be keen to show off their real development in their game through this last 2 years. What a chance for them to play up against Australia, top-class netballing nation. Game on. Petty sets off for Australia. O'Brien there just picking up that ball swing. Great ball from Petty through to Teague Neal. These are names that many of the world will have seen through the Suncorp Super Netball being played out in Australia in 2017. And alongside me in commentary, Denise Egan, a netball national selector from England. Denise, this matchup, the start by Australia, a little shaky in the shooting end, but certainly fast ball through the court.
Yeah, certainly will be. Be great to see the two different styles of the teams playing here in the World Cup.
Oh, great roll to post there from Glasgow. Seals the goal. So chance, Zimbabwe in possession. Can they cope with this early defensive pressure from Australia? And there we see on the wing defence for Australia, Jamie Lee Price, recently out of the Suncorp final, playing for the Giants over the 2017 season, and what a fine season she had. She'll be looking to capitalise on those performances for the Giants. Here we go, 3-1, Australia in the lead. And Glasgow puts that ball away. Some good early pressure by the Zimbabwe defensive pair. Tanya Robbs there looking on. She'll be keen that this first quarter is nothing but error-free for the Australian side. Oh, great hands there from the keeper. That's Garrett. Kept that ball in, Teague Neal just tipping off balance but able to secure that shot. So Zimbabwe, early pressure, just struggling to take any ball from the Australian attacking line. There we see Australians made that trip to support the side, often relying on the aerial ball, Zimbabwe, so got to do a little bit more movement if they want to get this ball past the likes of Jamie Lee Price on the wing defence for Australia. And great change of direction there by the goal attack, Teague Neal. Good support on the edge by the wing attack. Muladi from Zimbabwe. Good play. Patient work.
Any slow lifted ball, Anita, you can see Australia off the calls to come out and get it. A lot of good footwork and movement to protect that circle edge.
And there we see the drive to the post there covered, so Buenali trying to move through to post, but good early pressure, but that's good patient play by Zimbabwe. A one-handed characteristic shot of Buenali. Just couldn't hold on to that, Glasgow. So Zimbabwe, turn of possession. And Will kept that in. Jamie Lee Price managed to just hop out of court.
That was tremendous, wasn't it? Hey? She made it look so easy as well. With fabulous power.
Such a hunter for ball, Jamie Lee Price, the Australian wing defence. For any up-and-coming players who play that position, just look at the footwork, look at the movement, look at her ability to just create some chaos around the opponent's circle edge. And the Zimbabweans in the crowd, willing their team on, sneaking a goal back. It's possession Zimbabwe. Just starting to adjust their play a little bit. Zimbabwe getting on the front position of Australia. And looks like the call of a short pass there from the umpire. Glasgow again. Well-timed movement. There we see schools are in. Schools have got their adopted team for this competition. Nice lofted ball from Petty, the captain, through to Glasgow. Interesting defensive setup from Australia, Denise. Just a little bit more uncharacteristic, not the 1v1 marking, but more in the space and the zone.
Yeah, looks like sometimes they're dropping back to do a split circle, so they've got one defender high, one low, so they're taking responsibility for the space as the shooters are coming out and moving around. That is a good tactic against rotation shooters.
So creeping out, 5-goal lead now for Australia, and again Petty just picking up that loose ball in the mid-court. It's a contact call against the centre, Makilima from Zimbabwe. Glasgow takes the rebound.
That was a superb lead from Australian goal shooter to the top, and the goal attack hitting the baseline under the post. A well-practiced connection.
Just a check on the shot there, the one-handed shot. It's a characteristic one-handed shot from the captain of Zimbabwe, Mukwadi. There she goes again. She's got the confidence to secure this one. There she goes.
a lot more patient in the build-up to the attack, and Zimbabwe, that was really, really good timing, and sealing it out with a goal.
No hesitation there from Glasgow. 14-7 the score. Great start in the opening 10 minutes of this quarter for Australia. Zimbabwe just patiently working this ball through. The pressure being put on them in that mid-court. Goes the goal shooter, Wanali, stepping in to the defender, still able to put that ball away. It's always an interesting one. Lots of defence find that difficult. The shooters step in, but they still manage to score that goal. Great strength from Petty. She hurdles the bar, hurdles the poster boards, keeps that ball in, but Glasgow not able to retain that ball. Zimbabwe possession. Price again just causing that disruption in the mid-court. Petty just off balance at the top of the circle, put her hand in the circle, but not seen by the umpire. She'll be pleased that there was too much going on in the shooting circle. Glasgow through the top.
Oh, nearly held it.
And again, the contact call, so saves the wing attack. O'Brien, who also dipped into the circle. Glasgow to score. And she nails that shot. No forward option for Mukwadi, forced back, trying again for the long bomb, but not able to get that ball through to the shooter, Bwanali. Now we see the Zimbabwe coaching team. They'll be a little bit frustrated, but not a lot they can do at the moment with the speed of ball from Australia. Glasgow again on the rebound. So, chance for Zimbabwe. Can they put this ball away? It's all about the speed of movement, the work off the ball, but great drive in, footwork call. Good support from Price through to Petty on the circle edge. It's pretty fluent in the attacking unit, Denise.
Yes, the timing of the moves, obviously, from Australia, they seem to be able to find space quite easily, within 1, 2, 3 steps, if not within 1, 2. So the ball's moving really, really quick, and Zimbabwe struggling a little bit to keep up.
So look at the scoreline. What an opening for Australia. Moving into the final minute, it's Australia 21, Zimbabwe 8. We won't see the Zimbabwe team give up by any stretch through this game, but just relying on that lofted ball, but the Australians closing down a lot of that opportunity. There she goes, the strong hand of Mukwadi, the captain for Zimbabwe at goal attack. Glasgow working the top of the circle. Footwork call by Teague Nield. So last 30 seconds approaching. Can Zimbabwe steal that final goal of the first quarter? No, it's Jamie Lee Price on the transverse line, just keeping possession, getting the turnover ball. What a start from Australia. So final seconds. It's going to need to be a quick shot. Gets the penalty. Secures the goal. And there we go. That's the end of the first quarter. It's Australia 22, Zimbabwe 10. What a start from Australia. We know they're contenders for this World Cup. We know that they're coming out strong with some superb players coming out of the Suncorp Netball League over in Australia in the 2017 season. So first quarter, 22-10. We'll be back shortly for the second quarter. Stay with us.
The current score is 22-10 in favor of Australia. I repeat, the score is 22-10 in favor of Australia. Over to you, Puna.
I'm sitting here with young girls from Rainbow, and they want to tell us how they feel about the game. Hi, your name is?
Taboka.
Taboka is from Rainbow High, right? And we're going to ask Taboka how she feels about the game.
I'm enjoying the game, and I'm enjoying center most because she runs for the ball and does not wait for them to pass.
So Taboka's favorite player is the center. She says she likes how she's playing and she's very outstanding. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second game of the Netball World Youth Cup 2017.
Just a friendly reminder, ladies and gentlemen, Australia finished second in the previous Netball World Youth Cup tournament, which was held in Scotland in 2013, and this is Zimbabwe's first appearance in the Netball World Youth Cup. Very much.
So there we see the face painting as we go into quarter two of this match. It's Australia against Zimbabwe. And Denise, some observations there in relation to the statistics in that first quarter. What did you see?
Well, lots and lots of attempts from goal shooter goal attack from Australia, and a high percentage of scoring, 22 out of 23. And obviously 100% for Zimbabwe, but it's only 10 out of 10. So it's the attempts that are making the difference. And that's because of the defensive pressure of the Australians.
So early stats there just tell us it's been 23 opportunities compared to 10 for Zimbabwe, but able to secure their goals. It's just about more opportunities, creating those opportunities, trying to get the ball through the mid-court pressure of Australia. Crowd again, Australians in for this campaign. I'm sure we'll see more arriving as we move into the next few days. So can Zimbabwe get an early goal, give themselves that boost to try and close this gap? See the line of defence being put out there. 3 players quickly over the line for Australia. And Garrett just stealing that ball. It's difficult out there for the Zimbabwe team at the moment, breaking through that defence, isn't it, Denise?
Yeah, they see the player, but the ball is actually released quite late. Perhaps to do with their holding position. So as they turn, the ball's very low into the body. And Australia are renowned for their strong arms over, so it makes it difficult for the attackers to put the ball through quickly.
And quickly again on the return from the centre pass. Good strong shot there, mid-range shot by Glasgow, gaining that confidence now to just keep putting up these shots. Characteristic of Zimbabwe, they'll play the ball around, they'll often take 10, 12 passes before it even meets a shooter. Not afraid to just keep possession, look for the opening. But it's tough at this point, it's tough getting that ball through this
you can see that
defensive line.
Yeah, it looked, I think that was a pass, not a shot. Yes, the Australians are moving around, the Zimbabwean shooters putting an awful lot of pressure on the body and on the space, but there we go, they've worked it through very patiently.
Good work, O'Brien, top of the circle, through to Glasgow, secures that goal. Fluent movement again from the centre pass for Australia. An attack for Zimbabwe, just caught high up the court. Forced back Zimbabwe, they'll be happy with that. They just want to try and find this opening. And again, it's Price contesting against the wing attack. That's Malaudi. And in the hands there of Garrett. Great work, fast transition through court, all the way from the back for Australia. It's the speed of movement as well as ball, isn't it?
Yes, it is, and it's certainly their connections are totally there with Australia, and you can see they're well used to playing set systems, so they'll open up space as well as create space for themselves and others. There we go, the 1-2 and the quick releases, the ball speeds through that mid-court, and then a patient build-up, but well read by Zimbabwe, with a little bit of pressure on the ball carrier.
So Teague Neal secures that goal. And good ball to space. Glasgow just propping up a little bit higher in the circle, opening up the movement towards the post. Good long shot there by Bonali. Pretty easy coming through the court. Glasgow again. Quick to position for those rebounds. So, as we mentioned, there we see Tanya Obbs, but this is the live streaming brought to you through the innovative partnership between the INF and Botswana online community portal Sena, produced by Botswana TV and QTV Sports.
Oh, a lovely 1-2 with goal shooter and wing attack. Obviously, contact deemed under the post. Lovely fake pass and a leaded break by the goal shooter.
So great work. We're witnessing a fantastic performance in this first game for Australia. It's round 2 on day 1. Zimbabwe, a little bit of work to do, but they're still contesting strong in that defensive line. For netball fans out there, this is the INF's inaugural Netball World Youth Cup. It follows 7 World Youth Netball Championships since 1988. And the last one was in Glasgow, Scotland in 2013. And as we know, New Zealand were the winners of the last World Youth Cup Championships in its old format. So Netball World Youth Cup, Australia, certainly, Denise, look fine contenders to challenge for this title.
I'm sure they don't like not being top, do they? So I think they're just grooving their skills in, looking at some of their plays through the court, and obviously want to concrete a really solid performance at the start of this championship. This World Youth Cup is a great opportunity to see the best under 21s throughout the whole of our continent. We've had a few wobbly ones from Glasgow, just hitting the hoop. Just needs to put it up a bit higher.
And there we see the supporters, they'll be happy with this lead. It's a 24-goal lead at the moment as we approach the halfway point in this match. Good solid structure from the Australian side, lots of cheers in the crowd. They'll be wanting more, the supporters. And it's just a few costly errors creeping into the Zimbabwe game. Footwork calls, short passes, just need to tidy up some of those just to give themselves those opportunities at goal. Just missed time there, the expectation that the ball was going to the backspace from O'Brien. Glasgow just moving towards the ball, so slight misunderstanding, not something we've seen very much in this opening game for the Australians against Zimbabwe.
And I'm sure Tanya Obbs would not want any complacency setting in. It's important that they get good vision and make those connections to put out any errors, and there we see another unforced error.
We see Price just challenged again. And contact. So can Zimbabwe just capitalise on this contact with the long ball? It's often what they do, how they move through, but there she is, great recovery by Price.
Fabulous reactions, isn't she? Her footwork and her movement and her arm coming through. She just takes ball from nowhere.
So possession Zimbabwe, another chance. It's the strong arms over that they're struggling with, that contest on that tight one-on-one defence in the mid-court. But on this occasion, they break through. Good work there by the goal shooter. Started to change direction a little bit more.
Yeah, they're coming off the body a little bit more, trying to pull wide and get the front position with a front cut, and then a turn and a quick release. So much better, as you can see, faster passes as they get ball side.
Contact call there. Chance again for Australia. Fast transition through the court. Very little contest as they brought that ball through swiftly from the goal side. Slight frustration from the Zimbabwe coach, demanding more from the players.
At this point, it might be that we put the commentator's curse on for the shooters, because Glasgow at the moment is running on 100%.
Oh, great take. Those interceptions will be taken day in, day out by Hinchliffe. She'll be the one that just hunts down any diagonal or lateral ball. 2-on-1 situation. And Glasgow not able to come out with the ball there. But it's just the unforced errors, isn't it, for Zimbabwe?
Yeah, that was a great opportunity. Just getting into the setup a little bit earlier, because Australia's transition is so quick.
There we see big wave from the Zimbabwe supporters, and we're into the final minute of this second quarter. It's game 2 on day 1 of the inaugural Netball World Youth Cup from Gaborone in Botswana. And just a costly ball handling error there by Nkubi on the wing defence.
Yeah, seem to be having a problem with that outlet ball from defence. But we need to have a few words with the coach and each other about that at the next interval.
Lots of options for Australia as they move the ball through court, movement off the ball. And there we go, it's the end of the quarter, and look at the scoreline, 44 goals to 14 as we approach the half-time interval. What a performance by Australia. Zimbabwe just couldn't keep up with the speed of ball, the movement, the prelim movement of the Australians, and that was a quarter that sees Australia take that lead up to a massive 44 goals. That quarter, 22 goals to 4 in favour of Australia. So lots to talk about on the Zimbabwe bench. I'm sure we'll see some positional substitution changes for Australia as we move into the final part. We'll be back shortly for the second half.
The result again, 44-14 in favor of Australia.
The Netball World Cup 2017 where 20 countries are competing for the trophy from 5 regions in 9 days of netball. The 2 venues which will be hosting these games are the University of Botswana, which is where we currently are, and Netball. Let me take this time to thank the following sponsors for making this tournament possible. First National Bank Botswana, Grand Pound, Eheli, Spa, Choppy, Uma, BenDan Distributors, Department of Broadcasting Services, BenDan Photography, Workinet, Master, Web Tickets, Botswana Post, International Working Group, Botswana National Youth Council, Botswana National Sports Commission, the University of Botswana, Botswana National Productivity Center, Tabile Rafila Attorney, Sabera Express, Collegium, Bukavusa Private Hospital, Sky Girls, Perspective Sports Magazine, and the Culturati.
Once again, an update on the scores, 44-14 in favor of Australia. 44-14 in favor of Australia.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the score for this game, for this particular quarter, was just ended in 44-14 in favor of Australia. 44-14 in favor of Australia. This is the second game for day one, the Netball World Youth Cup 2017.
The substitutions, O'Shaughnessy at goalkeeper, Anstey now at center, at goal shooter now right, at goal defense now Eddie, at goal attack Austin, and at wing defense Hincliffe T. Those were the substitutions for the game. On the substitution for Team Australia, O'Shaughnessy at goal
Australia back onto court for this second half of Game 2 at the Netball World Youth Cup in Gaborone in Botswana. And important to note, over 20 million people play netball around the world in more than 80 countries. The INF, the International Netball Federation, is internationally recognised, a governing body for netball affiliated to Sport Accord and recognised for the great work in developing netball across the globe. So, big ask of Zimbabwe. What can they do in this third quarter to try and break down and break through this intensive defensive pressure from Australia? And there we see Ride taking to the goal shooter position for Australia for this second half, replacing Sasha Glasgow, who put out a strong performance, Denise, in the first half.
Yeah, she certainly did. 25 out of 25 goals, all scored 100%. And Tig Neal, 15 out of 18. So as a duo, 40 out of 43, 93% shooting, which is fabulous.
Fantastic shooting percentages then, stacking up for the first half pairing from Australia, 93% average. That's got to be well within their goal range. They'll be seeking the 100%, no doubt, but a superb start by that pairing. Let's see what Ride can do. A stronger holding shooter up against the goalkeeper from Zimbabwe, Nubi, and that's Shalom Nubi. We have two Nubes in the Zimbabwe side. The other one, Nakube, playing at wing defence.
The thing is, we always talk about the percentage of shooting, when actually, if we look at all of the attempts, and that's a real team effort from Australia.
Yes, so we've got the teaming up now of Ride and Austin. So clearly playing two different shooter pairings, Denise.
Yes, it's a fact of those people who will know about Australia. They have a tendency to do that because obviously that pairing will get really good connections, and obviously it's to their forte, isn't it? So let's just see how these two do. Pitting themselves up with an early mistake by Zimbabwe.
And Rolf is the wing defence, replacing Price. Jamie Lee Price, superb first half performance.
I think it is worth noting coaches have to be very deliberate about how much volume of court time the players actually get throughout the whole of the tournament. So it's really good that they can put on other players so that, you know, their legs are always fresh for every game.
So Petty on at wing attack for Australia. Good strong pressure again through that mid-court on defence. Zimbabwe trying to unpack it, trying to work and find the gaps. Good strong hold by Ride. Austin quick on the rebound.
A few nerves from Ride at the start. 3 attempts to get that one in, but obviously with her added height advantage with the defence, she's easily getting the rebounds. So she just gives a deep breath to settle herself.
So at centre for Australia, Jessica Anstis. She's a West Coast Fever player. She's also on the court. So some good changes. Full squad performance for sure. Australia, Petty, Austin all taking to the court in the second half.
A bit of a scramble on the floor to get that pick up. Australia come out with the ball and it's quickly down the court.
So business as usual for Australia. New combinations, positional, substitutions. And Ride, she's got the stronghold up against the goalkeeper from Zimbabwe, Nakubi.
Obviously a different style of shooter pairing. The first two, Glasgow and Teague Neal, very much use the rotation of shooters. Both shoot often coming out the top, whereas with these two, Ride and Austin, right, they're using the draw. I've just said that and then right came
set
out.
for you, set the stage.
Prove me wrong.
So goal by Ride. There we see the Australian supporters in the house for this, the first day of competition at the Netball World Youth Cup 2017. And it's so good to see for the first time a major netball event being held in Botswana and the first time on the African continent. What a great achievement for Africa netball. Good work there. Austin just electing to move the ball, switch the ball across to Anstis. And Ride again, just offloads to Austin. There we see, deep in thought, the Australian coaches. Lots to think about as they prepare for all of those games ahead. With a great start, 59 goals to 16. So easy ball through. It's taken a lot of pressure off the shooters of Australia with that fluency moving through to goal. Zimbabwe just need to try and get a little bit more defensive pressure on there. Shooting opportunities, not many, Denise, for Zimbabwe.
Same for the second quarter as well, unfortunately. It seems as if the Zimbabwe shooters tend to just want to put a hold on, and Australian defenders are very quick to come around and take any of those loose balls coming in.
And there we see just the umpire speaking to the goalkeeper from Zimbabwe, Nakube, just asking her to tidy up a game and maybe not verbalise some of her frustrations about the calls being given. It's tough out there for them. They're up against it, and Ride, she's the stalwart. Just not got enough lift on that shot at the moment, Denise.
I think she's obviously she's a key major target for Australia, and they're finding her very easily. I think it's just about building her confidence at this level and just getting herself into a little bit of a groove. As we say, it's a bit flat.
So again, the diagonal ball costing Zimbabwe. Another turnover. Ride seals that one off. An element of complacency sitting with Zimbabwe. They really do need to just lift their game. It is about the movement off the ball, creating those options. And at the moment, it's just a single lead of a player for the ball. Great take. That was a good intercept. An opportunity there. Australia player hits the deck. Yes, they'll be pleased with that one. That's turnover ball. Great play from Zimbabwe. Cheers the crowd. Petty just finding Ride easily there. Goalkeeper, she's hit the deck for Zimbabwe. That's Nakube. We may see a change and a substitution. She does need to indicate a timeout to the umpire. And there we see interesting strapping of the laces around the ankles.
Is it a fashion?
So I guess
an injury prevention.
She's not putting any weight on that foot, so hopefully we see more of Nakube, but being taken away with a painful ankle. So it's 64 goals to 18. Australia lead. Incredible margin as we move into the final 2 minutes of quarter three. Limited opportunities at the shooting end for Zimbabwe. That's a result of the pressure being put through the mid-court by Australia. So tight on the 1v1 mark. And there we see again just those challenges, strong and hard. Full commitment from the Australian team to gain that turnover ball. Rolfe matching up as a wing defence, hunting the ball in the mid-court. Oh, good vision, great vision by Maladi. She'll take that one, waited for the space to open up, defenders drawn apart. And the crowd really getting behind Zimbabwe, performing at this World Youth Cup in their home continent. There she goes, pleasing the crowd. Great, Guanali. And we're into the last minute of the third quarter. Austin about to take the penalty. Limited options, forced back. Compare this to the Australian fluency from the centre pass. Zimbabwe not afraid to keep possession. It's taken 11 passes to get it to a shooting opportunity, but what determination. They're learning as they're performing, Zimbabwe, to just open up the gaps. Just getting caught behind the defence.
I think it's also learning the reach and the range of the opposition, and they're just struggling to get that first time ball. Here we go again.
So, Guanali, yes, she gets the goal as we move towards the end of this third quarter. Surely the final centre pass. Right, can she put a goal away before the whistle? Yes, she does. Good pressure, Austin, long ball, finds Ride under the post. Secures the goal, and there we go, at the end of the third quarter. What a performance by Australia. New combinations, positional responsibilities, push through to squad members who started on the bench, but what a performance. It's 67-21 to Australia against Zimbabwe. That quarter score, 23 goals to Australia against 7 of Zimbabwe. Great performance by the defensive end of Australia, closing down the options, limiting the shooting opportunities. We'll be back for the final quarter. Join us in a few minutes' time.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sitting here with a gentleman supporting Team Zimbabwe, and he has a few words to say.
Hi Team Zimbabwe, we are here supporting you 100%. Enjoy the experience, your first appearance in the World Cup. We're proud of what you've achieved so far. Enjoy it. Compete. Thank you.
I'm here with someone who wants
Welcome back. This is the final quarter of game 2. Australia up against Zimbabwe, and what a fine performance so far. Lots to do, lots to learn from Zimbabwe, and we're about to witness another fine quarter in this second round game. Australia proving far too difficult, speed of movement, their ability to defend so strong. So here we go, this is the final quarter of the game, and a quick offload from O'Brien to Ride. So quick early goal for Australia, moves the scoreline to 68 to 21. That characteristic shot of Makwadi, the captain. She secures another goal. But again, shooter to shooter ball, Ride to Austin. Strong defensive first phase pressure at the centre pass there from Garrett. And Anstis working strong with Eddie on the wing defence too. Zimbabwe trying to get on that front position, trying to open up and split the circle defence. But it is often about the aerial ball in the Zimbabwe play. There she goes, to the delight of the crowd, gets another one in.
That's great defensive pressure by Zimbabwe, coming out on the straight line, taking ball off the goal attack. Let's see if we can build it through and take it to goal.
So disrupted again by Australia, and it's Garrett on the wing defence, gains possession. Australia scoring from that intercept.
Patient build up. Strong arms over. And Messi sees it. 3-3 at the moment in this fourth quarter.
Zimbabwe definitely got their 8th player in the crowd at the moment, just encouraging them to get this ball through to goal. They'll keep working, but it's tough out there. It's been a fine performance so far by Australia. And there goes another goal in the bag, 71-25. Oh, great interception there by the goal defence. That's Kwalamba, she'll be really pleased with that performance. So let's see if Zimbabwe can take this ball through to goal. Trying to open up the width through the mid-court. Again, strong pressure, trying to hold on the body. That's the captain, Makwadi.
This is a good start to the last quarter for Zimbabwe. They're in the lead. Could this be to take them to 2 up? Oh, unfortunately, they're really, really fast, Australia, to mop up.
And we see Austin finds herself unmarked. Good safe distribution there from O'Brien. So right out the circle, looking for Austin. Save the day. Force back at the centre pass again. Good timed jump off the line. 3 over the line for Australia. Closing down that first forward option. Yes, great long shot. She's been a strength for the Zimbabwe team, the captain, Makwadi. And there we see the delightful crowd that are in to support Zimbabwe. Just limited movement off the ball, still challenging. That's Bonali.
We need an umpire timeout. We've got a lost ball. Yep, we're back on.
Good pressure.
Yeah, don't you think Zimbabwe are challenging a lot more now?
So the pressure is on. Zimbabwe not giving up on this game. So 75 goals to Australia, Zimbabwe 27. 7 minutes 20 left on the clock. It's definitely going to be a high scoreline for Australia as they complete their first game of this World Youth Cup. And we get the wave from the crowds, wave back home, wave down under. Good swing of the ball by Zimbabwe. Again, reliance on the high ball to the goal attack. Makwadi. She decides to leave it for Bonali. And we see the dancing in the crowds, willing the team on. It's been a better final quarter, Denise, from Zimbabwe.
It certainly has. They're actually finding a lot more space with each other, and the Australians have changed their lead, so Wright's coming to the top of the circle with the rotation of Austin to the post, and the defence have actually got their hands on the ball, Zimbabwe, so that's great. Much closer quarter, 9-7 to Australia, 9-8.
So Australia just holding out in this quarter by 1 goal. Got the healthy lead, but credit to Zimbabwe. They've worked hard to keep the scoreline down in this final quarter. And again, it's the cross court, it's the lateral ball. If it's a lofted ball, they'll be taken, and O'Brien quick to read that one. So playing the short game, but stolen there. Just got to watch and sight the defenders around them, the Zimbabwe attack. It was a good strong run from Makalima, getting on the front position. Good work, good supportive play from Zimbabwe on the edge. And there we see another goal. Still keeping this scoreline close for the final quarter, but overall it's 78 goals to Australia, 30 to Zimbabwe. So fine performance as we move into the closing minutes of this game. Credit to Zimbabwe. It's a 12-10 scoreline for this final quarter. So the coaches, I'm sure, as Austin steals another goal, they'll be really pleased with this performance. And it's all about those options, movement off the ball for Zimbabwe in attack. Can't rely on that single mover to receive this ball. Wright takes a rebound, secures the goal as we take the scoreline to 81 to 31 in favour of Australia. So a clinical performance by Australia as we move in to the final 2.5 minutes. And Denise, any standout players for you in this game?
I think it's been more combinations. I think they're working really, really well as units. They've mixed up the defence, so we've had tight one-on-one, we've had a split circle. The mid-court have been really strong, dropping off. It's very difficult, isn't it, when you get a changeover half and half. That's my biggest thing that I would think of. I thought Glasgow came on really strong at the beginning.
So it's Australia that really have put out the performance in this game. Some great intercepts as we witness one there from Garrett in the mid-court, quickly on the transition to support the play. But credit to Zimbabwe. They've come out into this final quarter strong, trying to just keep this scoreline down. And just a gentle word there from the umpire, just calming down the players there as Ride takes a knock in the face. But she's okay, she's back up there, ready to go again. And that's a footwork call, just not looking forwards, just wanting to pass the ball around, not seeing that first option early, Zimbabwe in the attack. Slightly shaky Ride under the post, but Austin secures the goal. Final 30 seconds. It's a 17-11 scoreline for the quarter, but it's a healthy 84-32 lead for Australia. So can Zimbabwe use this last 15 seconds to take the ball through to goal? Safely in the hands of Maladi, looking for the captain who's by the post. There she is, Mukwadi. And credit to Zimbabwe, they'll take the final goal, no doubt, unless Australia can move this ball down. It's time on our clock, but it looks like Ride will take a goal. Yes, she does. And there we go, that's the final whistle for the second game. It's Australia 86, Zimbabwe 33. Fine performance from the Australian side. Credit to Zimbabwe. They really came back strong, Denise, in that final quarter.
They certainly did, and I thought they created quite a few problems for the Australians. It wasn't made easy for them. They had to work much harder to get that ball through the court and into their circle.
So it's been an impressive second game. We've enjoyed the commentary. We've certainly enjoyed witnessing the style and fluency of Australia, the grit, the determination of Zimbabwe. Both teams, different styles of play. I'm sure we'll see more of both in the next and up and coming rounds. So that's the end of the second game. We'll be back shortly televising for the International Netball Federation, ensuring that this is the first World Cup that goes out as a live stream event for everyone around the world to tune in and watch all of the 45 games live from the main arena. It's the Netball World Youth Cup in Gaborone 2017. We'll be back for Game 3 soon.